Welcome to our deep dive into the building blocks of clear and powerful writing. Are you ever unsure if your sentences are structured correctly? Do you worry about run-ons, or sentences that just don't feel complete? You're not alone. Many of us write based on what sounds right, but understanding the rules can transform your writing from good to great. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to demystify the 4 fundamental sentence structures: simple, compound, complex, and the all-too-common error, the sentence fragment. By the end of this session, you'll be able to identify, construct, and correctly punctuate each type with confidence. Let's build a solid foundation for your writing, starting right now. 13.1. Simple sentences. Let's start with the most basic unit, the simple sentence. Don't let the name fool you. Simple doesn't mean simplistic. A simple sentence contains one single independent clause. And what's an independent clause? It's a group of words that expresses a complete thought. It can stand all by itself and make perfect sense. The core formula for this is a subject plus a verb. Sometimes it also includes an object or other details. The subject is who or what is performing the action. The verb is the action itself. For instance, in the sentence, "The sun rises," our subject is sun, and the verb is rises. It's a complete thought. We can also have a subject, a verb, and an object, which receives the action. For example, the student reads a book. Here, student is the subject, reads is the verb, and book is the object receiving the action of reading. Other examples could be she baked cookies, or we watched a movie. All of these are simple sentences. Now, a simple sentence can still have multiple parts. You can have a compound subject, which is 2 or more subjects sharing the same verb. For example, Mia and Leo study. Both Mia and Leo are doing the studying. Another one, the cat and the dog slept. It's still a simple sentence because it's one independent clause with a shared verb. Similarly, you can have a compound predicate, which is when one subject performs 2 or more actions. For instance, the dog barked and wagged its tail. The single subject, dog, is doing 2 things. Or, she sings and dances. One subject, she, 2 verbs. This is also a simple sentence. The key is that there is only one independent clause. All right, time for a quick check. I'll show you a sentence and you identify the subject and the verb. Ready? First one. Bright cars zoomed. The subject is cars and the verb is zoomed. Great. Next one. My friend and I ate pizza. Here we have a compound subject, friend and I. The verb is ate. Last one. The athlete trained and competed. The subject is athlete, and we have a compound predicate, trained and competed. Excellent. You've got the hang of simple sentences. 13.2. Compound sentences. Now let's level up to compound sentences. A compound sentence is made by joining 2 or more independent clauses. Remember, an independent clause can stand on its own as a complete sentence. So, a compound sentence is essentially 2 or more simple sentences linked together. There are 2 primary ways to do this. The first and most common method is using a comma followed by a coordinating conjunction. An easy way to remember these conjunctions is with the acronym FANBOYS: for, and, nor, but, or yet, so. The formula is independent clause, comma, fanboys, independent clause. The comma before the conjunction is crucial. Forgetting it creates a run-on sentence, a very common error. Let's see it in action. Using and, we cooked dinner and we ate together. Using but, I tried my best, but I failed the test. Using so, it started to rain, so we ran inside. In each case, we have 2 complete thoughts joined by a comma and a fanboys conjunction. The second way to form a compound sentence is with a semicolon. A semicolon can link 2 closely related independent clauses. The formula is simple. Independent clause, semicolon, independent clause. For example, we were tired, we kept working. The second clause directly relates to the first. Another example. The presentation was a success. The client was very impressed. The semicolon signals a strong connection between the 2 ideas without needing a conjunction. A quick warning. Simply putting a comma between 2 independent clauses without a fanboys conjunction creates an error called a comma splice. For example, she ran, he followed is incorrect. You must fix it. She ran and he followed. Or, she ran, he followed. Let's practice. Choose the correct punctuation. The music was loud, the neighbors complained. Should it be A, comma so, or B, just so? The answer is A. You need a comma before the conjunction, so. Next one. He loves coffee, she prefers tea. Both A, comma but, and B, a semicolon, are grammatically correct here. Both effectively join the two independent clauses. Well done. 13.3. Complex sentences. Now for complex sentences. These are powerful tools for showing relationships between ideas. A complex sentence contains one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. A dependent clause has a subject and a verb, but it begins with a special word, a subordinating conjunction, that makes it an incomplete thought. It cannot stand on its own. Common subordinating conjunctions include words like because, although, when, if, since, after, while, before, unless, and whereas. These words signal a cause and effect, a time relationship, or a condition. The punctuation of a complex sentence depends on the order of the clauses. Here's the first rule. If the dependent clause comes first, you must place a comma after it. Think of it as an introductory clause that needs to be separated from the main idea. The formula is dependent clause, comma, independent clause. For example, because it rained, we stayed inside. Because it rained is the dependent clause. It can't stand alone. We stayed inside is the independent clause. Since the dependent clause comes first, we use a comma. Another one. Although the game was long, it was very exciting. Now for the second rule, if the independent clause comes first, you usually do not need a comma. The dependent clause flows directly from the main clause. The formula is independent clause, then the dependent clause. Let's flip our previous example. We stayed inside because it rained. See? No comma needed. The main thought comes first. Let's try the other one. The game was very exciting although it was long. Again, no comma. This structure creates a smooth, uninterrupted flow. Let's try predicting the comma. I'll give you a pair of sentences. First, when the timer rings, take the cake out. Where does the comma go, if at all? It goes after rings. When the timer rings, take the cake out. Now the reverse. Take the cake out when the timer rings. Comma or no comma? No comma needed. You're getting it. 13.4. Fragments. Finally, let's talk about what not to do. Writing sentence fragments. A fragment is an incomplete thought masquerading as a sentence. It might be capitalized and have a period, but it's missing a key ingredient. There are a few common types of fragments. First, a fragment might be missing a subject. For example, running through the park. Who or what was running? It's incomplete. To fix it, we need to add a subject. The dog was running through the park. Now it's a complete simple sentence. Second, a fragment might be missing a verb, or at least a complete verb. For example, the tall old tree. This is just a subject with some adjectives. What about the tree? What did it do? To fix it, we add a verb. The tall old tree provides shade. The third and most frequent type of fragment is a lone dependent clause. We just learned about these. Something like, after the show ended. This has a subject and a verb, but the word after makes it dependent. It leaves us hanging. To fix it, we must attach it to an independent clause. We went for a walk after the show ended. Now it's a complete complex sentence. Let's do a quick fix the fragment exercise. I'll give you a fragment, you think of how to complete it. First one, because I was late. You could fix it by adding a main clause. I missed the bus because I was late. Next fragment, the book on the table. This one is missing a verb. You could say, the book on the table is mine. Last one, wrote a long letter. This one is missing a subject. A simple fix. My grandmother wrote a long letter. Great job. Recognizing fragments is the first step to eliminating them from your writing. Let's do a rapid recap. A simple sentence is one independent clause. Formula: S plus V. A compound sentence is two or more independent clauses, joined by a comma and a fan voice conjunction, or by a semicolon. A complex sentence has one independent clause, and at least one dependent clause. And a fragment is an incomplete thought that's missing a subject, a verb, or is a lone dependent clause. Now for the final mini quiz. I'll give you a sentence, and you identify it as simple, compound, complex, or a fragment. Ready? Number 1. The Earth revolves around the sun. That's a simple sentence. One subject, one verb. Number 2. Although tired. That's a fragment. It's a lone dependent clause. Number 3. She ran and he followed. That's a compound sentence. Two independent clauses joined by and. Number 4. We left when the movie ended. That's a complex sentence. An independent clause followed by a dependent clause. Last one. The team practiced hard, they won the championship. That is a compound sentence, joined by a semicolon. Fantastic work today. You've mastered the core structures of the English language. The best way to make this knowledge stick is to practice. Try identifying these sentence types in what you read, and consciously use them in your own writing. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe for more lessons to help you write with clarity and confidence. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next chapter.